So, I guess, I mean, there's all sorts of things I could talk about. I think I should talk about this, and I'm feeling like, President Obama is just, what are you gonna do? You're gonna threaten the entire state of Virginia now also, so that I can't find an apartment there? I don't know if you realize that you are in fact threatening me with homelessness. I mean, I even if I am able to find something temporary, like a rooming house and things like that. But by the way, I called a lot of places when I was in the crisis unit, and didn't find anything. But even if I am able to find some sort of rooming house to move into, which is going to be expensive and something to which I cannot apply the voucher, as soon as I move out of this apartment, I have 2 months to find an apartment where I'm able to apply the voucher, or I lose the voucher, and cannot get an apartment with it, just lose the voucher altogether. And that's also what happened last year. Well, I mean, you get 2 months. You get 2 months to find a place to live with a voucher. That's part of the reason why I did not take a lot of time to try to find an apartment, and I ended up at Braintree Village without knowing that much about it. I mean, the apartment seemed nice. The people that I talked to when I first visited here seemed nice, and I applied, and that was it. As it turns out to be, kind of a tough neighborhood, and something which it is in fact somewhat infamous in Braintree as being kind of a tough neighborhood. Which it wouldn't really, I mean, just ordinarily, I don't think it would be that tough for me, just because I've lived life, and poor people don't bother me that much. And even people who have various types of issues, I'm not necessarily going to just be frightened. I might not have chosen to move here if I had known more about the place. But I absolutely had to find a place to live. I was running out of time to apply the voucher, and I don't know if you realize. I don't know if you really think about the things that you do. Sometimes I get the feeling that you don't really truly totally think about the things that you do, and don't necessarily have all the information before you make decisions about things. I mean, you are truly genuinely threatening me with homelessness. If I get evicted from this apartment, excuse me, which is something, is something that could happen. I had a lot of trouble trying to find an apartment. I had 3 months. According to the written agreement that I signed at the last court hearing. It was very traumatic trying to deal with all of that. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I got through the process, but before I went to the first court hearing. I took a pass from the crisis unit to go to the first court hearing, because like the week before I was just like totally incapacitated by just the difficulty of my life. I already had had many years of having a very difficult and painful life before any of this happened to me. And why it is you don't have any feeling for that, I don't know. And why I don't know. And I don't know why you think it is that I criticize you. I mean, yeah, I think maybe there are a few times when I misinterpreted things that you were doing, and you got offended by that. But I mean, essentially, the conglomerate's agenda is really bad, and it's not like I'm just being like prissy about it. I'm not being prissy. I have lived enough of life to really seriously know why the things that you're promoting are really seriously bad. And it's not like I'm criticizing you just because I like it. I don't. I'm so tired of just being in this situation where I'm criticizing people all the time. I'm so tired of doing that. But you need to understand, you're making it very difficult for me to not only to find a place to live, but just to live my life at all. And I don't know why you're doing that. You're not going to get me to say the things you're doing are all right. I don't know why you think that they're all right. And as far as this is concerned, it's going to be even more difficult. I think it will be difficult to find a place to live in Virginia, because there are landlords. Landlords do not have to accept vouchers. In the state of Massachusetts, landlords are not allowed to say we don't take vouchers. They find there are many of them find ways around the law that says that they have to take a voucher, and that they can't turn someone away just because the person has a voucher. But in Virginia, they don't have that law, and a landlord can just say we don't take vouchers. So in addition to the fact that landlords can say we just don't take vouchers, here you are threatening them, which I really would appreciate it if you would stop doing. Please stop doing that. Yeah, and I'm feeling like, oh no, you got to be kidding me. And you're threatening her. You're threatening Reese Witherspoon even more. You know, and then other people that I've talked to, it's people I talked to for just like a few minutes. You're gonna continue to threaten those too, you know. And then the conglomerate attacks me for being vulnerable about people who are, you know, celebrities and so on who are in the conglomerate who show interest about me. But I can't talk to anybody that I just meet in a normal way for even a few minutes. You know what I mean? Even just in a friendly way, I can't even do that, because then you start threatening that. You know, I don't know why. I mean, why are you persecuting me? You know, what if you are trying to get me to say that the things the conglomerate wants to do are alright, you're never going to get that. And I don't know what it is you think you're going to do. You're just going to make my life as much of a hell as you can. You're just going to continue to do that. Why are you going to do why though? Why? You know, I have the right to say I think the things you're doing are wrong. You know? I mean, how is it that anybody is making an argument that something like revenge porn can't be stopped because it's not revenge porn, it's just free speech? And yet you have relentlessly persecuted me, and first you did it not because I was criticizing you, but just because a bunch of celebrities were telling you to do it. You know, you are totally wrong. I know. You know, I've read books about how you're not supposed to ever just say, oh, you're wrong to someone. You know, yeah, all right. You know, perhaps not the way, like the way I do everything that I do is maybe not exactly the way it's supposed to be, and maybe I'm not. You know, maybe I'm not. What's the word? What's the word? Well, I mean, all I can think of, you know, again, is how the conglomerate is constantly accusing me of being a liar, when in fact, when I say the truth, the way I think it is, it's like, you know, I mean, I end up with the kiln, you know, dried firewood truck in the parking lot of, you know, next to the building that has the office where I live. You know, and before that I'm homeless for 2 years. You know what I mean? And like all this other stuff happens. And yeah, I mean, it's just like I really, you know. What, I don't know. I kind of just don't understand why this isn't, why this happened in the first place, and why it isn't over. You know, I mean, it's not like you can't understand what's happening. It's not like you can't understand. You can understand, and why you kind of choose not to. I guess I'm not sure why you do that.